We have some significant breaking news from the NHL. We have a huge trade involving the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Seattle Kraken. Looks like the Lightning are loading up, trying to win another Stanley Cup. Plus, we have a deal from earlier today with the Florida Panthers acquiring another goaltender. And we have a lot of players on NHL waivers. We'll discuss all that news coming up next. So welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. As I mentioned, we have lots to discuss here. Quickly, some breaking news from the NHL over the past little bit here. First up, let's start with the waivers news. The Lightning had Logan Brown and Cam Atkinson on waivers. Both players have been able to clear, and both have been able to be reassigned to create more salary cap space, which they'll obviously use here to pull off a significant deal, which we'll get into in just a sec. We also have Jacob Vrana of the Washington Capitals, Christian Fischer of the Detroit Red Wings, Jordan Oesterle, the Boston Bruins, all on waivers today as well. So we'll find out if they get picked up by anybody tomorrow. And Jesse Puljujarvi, who signs a one-year deal with the Florida Panthers, and will need, that's a one-year, two-way deal, and he will need waivers as well. So Puljujarvi, Oesterle, Fischer, and Vrana all on waivers after getting the news that Atkinson and Logan Brown cleared. Now, as I mentioned, we had a trade earlier today, just a couple of hours back, with goaltender Venecek, who was held out of last night's game with the San Jose Sharks, traded it with his full contract, no salary retention, to the Florida Panthers, who have now sufficient cap space to do that and more because of the Matthew Tkachuk long-term injury reserve placement. So that long-term injury reserve usage will allow them to kind of load up here as well. So I wouldn't be surprised we see another move out of Florida. But right now they pick up Venecek from the Sharks in exchange for prospect Patrick Giles, who's appeared in some AHL games this year and was certainly a pretty decent-looking prospect. So good pickup by the Sharks. The Panthers get themselves a upgrade in the backup goaltending position. And, well, here we are. Now we have the massive deal between the Lightning and the Kraken, and the asking price here, the return going to Seattle, is pretty substantial. But the Lightning are reacquiring Yanni Gourde, and they're picking up Allred Bjorgstrand as well. So they get themselves two significant forwards. Both can play, anywhere from second, third line. Gourde's probably going to be their 3C. Bjorgstrand likely going to probably get a chance to play a top six winger role for them as well. So you get Gourde making $5.1 million. Bjorgstrand's making $5.4 million. Now, Gourde's contract expires after this year. Bjorgstrand still has one more season, so he is not a rental. They also get a 2026 fifth rounder and Kyle O'Coin. So all that going to the Lightning. The Lightning, of course, do get them reduced salary. So the Kraken have retained 50% on Gourde and Bjorgstrand. And then they have Detroit as a middleman here. So the Detroit Red Wings come in. They retain an additional 25%. So it's a 75% total that you're allowed to. So 25% additional on Gourde and Bjorgstrand. And for their efforts, they get a fourth round pick from 2025. So Detroit retains some salary. Both players get a draft pick for compensation. The Lightning get Gourde and Bjorgstrand, a drastically reduced cap hits, along with a fifth rounder and a prospect. And then the Kraken get a 2026 first round pick from the Lightning, a 2027 first round pick from the Lightning, a 2025 second round pick, which was originally the Toronto Maple Leafs, and forward Mikey Eyssimont. So they get a fourth line player, two first, and a second. That's a pretty good haul. I mean, mind you, they did get a lot of salary retention there, which will certainly help drastically with the salary cap space and being able to make it all work. But that is a massive return for the Seattle Kraken. That should go a long ways in helping them retool this team. Certainly, like I said, they have not had the success they were hoping for the past year or two. And getting some more young, talented players into that lineup as soon as possible would be a wise move. So getting additional first-round picks to do that is certainly very much something they should be looking for. And they got two of them here at the Lightning on this crazy trade. Now, we also heard they're entertaining trade talks around Jared McCann. There's a likelihood that they could retain salary on the expiring deal of Brandon Tanev, and he's likely going to get moved. And there's other guys as well. I know they'd love to move Grubauer. It's probably unlikely, though, given how he's played this year. But at the end of the day, the Kraken are definitely going to be busy here and will definitely be making, I would say, at least one more, if not multiple more moves here before they're finished. So a significant trade. It sets up the Lightning to become not only a solid playoff team, but that might make them one of the favorites for the Eastern Conference here. I mean, that's a pretty significant deal for sure. So Yanni Gourde and Oliver Bjorgstrand are now members of the Lightning, and they don't have a first-round pick until 2028. So let me know your thoughts on the trades, the waivers, news, and more down in the comments. We'll discuss further. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and stick around. We'll keep you up to date with all the news, rumors, and analysis of all 32 NHL teams. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.